Welcome to Phase 1. Motorcycle TV, Yamaha OEM accessories. I call this Phase 1 because it's all Yamaha accessories available from your dealer, available when you buy the bike, can be put on by your dealer before you take your bike home. Anyways, 8, 9 accessories here. Going to explain them. Then I'm going to really explain the install a little bit, try to give some pointers. And Phase 2, give me your recommendations. I already have a lot on the list. And we'll see where we go. Also, let me know what you think about these accessories, which you would use, which you wouldn't, because you're helping the whole community as you ride in, give your opinions or experience. So the one thing center stand, have a dealer do it, unless you're into aggravation. Okay, up front here we have the tall fender kit, which would eliminate mud from getting in here. If it's slippery mud that just comes out real easy, you're okay. But if it's sticky mud, I almost had a problem when I was stuck on the trans out, but it was really slimy mud that fell out. But this changes the look, gives you a high fender. You don't notice it when you're riding the bike. It's easy to install. The problem is all of these plastic inserts here that hold your brake lines, you know, your valuable brake lines. I would purchase replacements of these and replace them, especially if you're going to go a second time. I got them out with a straight pick. That wasn't a problem. But the backside spreads, of course, will hold it in. They're not that strong to begin with. I would consider taking those and getting new ones before you do the job. Also up front we have here is Yamaha's Radiator Guard, heavy duty one. It takes a bit of installing and disassembly, so give yourself some time. There are also brake lines up here. You have to be very careful with these lines and those inserts there. So take care when doing that. Take your time. Don't rush it. Now, of course, what we can't miss here are the lower engine guards. These are great. They go on well. I'm glad I have them. There's also the taller engine guards or fairing guard that you can add as well from Yamaha. The most impressive of everything is probably the heavy-duty aluminum skid plate. It also has a guard for the rear suspension back there. Very nice piece. Goes on after it's assembled and put on. It's 4 bolts to take off. Quick and easy for your oil change. No big deal there. Now over here we have the center stand. Center stand allows you to change your rear tire without propping it up on a stand or a log. You can also very carefully, in my past, I don't know about this bike, you can use it to do the front. If you pull the front tire off and put something under it like a log or under the engine here, that allows you a lot. It also allows you to hang out on the bike, take in the view without the bike falling over. I mean, I have slept on motorcycles with center stands in the middle of the night. Here we have the rear rack, which bolts to the foot peg carrier, comes on up, bolts to the 2 mounting places where you'd be mounting anything for a Yamaha, aftermarket bags and everything. They're going to use these mounting points. Comes back, it's very sturdy. It has handrails for a passenger. You could also use those for mounting your bags and strapping them there. If I didn't have a passenger, I would rather not have these because they really stick out. Getting on the bike, a little more difficult with those sticking out. Now the comfort seat here, which I don't have enough miles on yet, it is definitely taller. It feels more comfortable. You know, it looks great, except it went through a dust storm here. Looks great, feels good so far. The hours on it, I do not know yet, but I will get that. The tank guard here has failed. It was put on in high temps. It was stored in high temps. May not be the issue with that, just heat, but we'll do that one over and get that right. All from Yamaha, of course. Not from Yamaha would be the Bridgestone tires, AX41 tires, which I have the complete test on this and on the Transalp. I tell you what, if you're doing street and you want to retain street handling, I can't show you what I did on the way up here. But if you want more street ability than these tires offer, keep the stock tires or put a street tire on it. They do work on the street magnificently, and off-road, night and day, huge difference. You can go more aggressive off-road, certainly, but if you want much better off-road and retain that street, these tires are pretty awesome. Let me go around the other side here. Now what we have here, other side of your kickstand, it does stick out, but not hard to put it on. Puts the bike up pretty tall. The back wheel will spin as if you were changing a flat. It takes it off the ground. Servicing your chain makes it much easier. Now here's the other side. Engine guards here mount a little bit different. One thing on those are, do not move the bike when you're doing that. You don't want the engine mount to shift whatsoever. You're going to have a hard time. Back side of the skid plate, back side of the kickstand here. Now what I've done is added Yamaha's chain guard here. One person years ago in Australia put his chain through his cases. I haven't seen anything since. Doesn't hurt to have it. It's the easiest install of all of these accessories. Takes a couple of minutes. I now have a new noise, and I think it's the chain rubbing on that. So I will proof that for myself later. Now another one that's been on here through some of the testing, and I've talked about at length, is your quick shifter, which is bidirectional for 25, 26 models, not 24. 24 was only upshifting if you chose to add this. You have to measure this, put it on, run the wire, it's back here, no problem. There are better quick shifters. Upshifting is fantastic, downshifting. There's no auto blip, which you notice. So I auto blip with my hand. I give it a little throttle, then I use it, and it's much smoother. Very easy to do if you ride a lot and it's just natural to you. But I'd rather have it 10 times over than not. Okay, Yamaha's comfort seat for the Ténéré 700 hasn't worked out quite as good as I expected. I wanted greater comfort from the stock seat, which admittedly is better for the 25, 26 model. But this seat looks fantastic. It feels more comfortable when you leave. But after 2 hours, I'm pretty much in the same boat as I would be with the stock seat. So if you want a seat that looks great, it does feel a little bit taller when you get on it. I'm going by feel here, not measurements. Then that would just about be it. I got a problem here. Do I take the curvy pavement? Do I take dirt off-road? Problem is I always choose off-road. And I love straight. So we'll see. Which would you choose? Okay, one more thing. One last point. By the way, it's going to be dirt up there. Usually always is. One last thing. My brilliant cameras, the best there are, they're fantastic. They are all failing in the heat. Just want to point out, all the bikes are tested in the same heat. If there's issues, you'll hear from me. Same goes for the cold. Tested in the cold, tested in the heat, really ridden extensively, more than you'll ever know, more than you'll ever see. Just wanted you to know that. Thanks.